It's my favorite time of year, and today I'm showing you how to put together a mini Days of December journal that's super easy to keep up with even during the busy holiday season. I've got a mini snow globe, a DIY Christmas confetti trick, and I'm answering the question you've been asking the most about those giant journaling tags. It's Christmas, y'all. Merry Christmas and welcome to Pink Paper Peppermints. My name is Melissa and I'm so glad you're here today. We are making this mini junk journal from my Happy Christmas mini junk journal kit, and we're kind of going to do like a little mini daily December. I'm going to show you some tricks for putting it together and keeping track as you go through the month, but I wanted to just show you all the pieces of the kit in case you haven't seen it yet. This is the cover and it comes with 2 sets of pages. They come in bright colors like this and then also faded colors. And that's so you can write on the faded pages if you want to journal directly on the page. It just helps if they're a little bit faded like that to write on. But there's polka dots and Christmas Carol pages and then the diamond pages, which you see here in the mini pocket as well. These are mini pockets and mini page wraps. I just love that little mini angel page wrap. Of course, there's lots of ephemera. There are tags and word art and journaling cards and all kinds of little cute pieces. This is a set of 18 labels that are color coordinated to the kit, and then some more tags and word art and labels. And I think my favorite thing about this part are the teeny tiny little mini micro flashcards. You love the flashcards so much, I thought it would be fun to include some mini ones. And you can see I'm holding my thumb there to show you how tiny they are. They're so small. And then some little tabs, of course, as well. And I'm going to show you using all of these today. We're going to use all of these. And then I also included a set of numbers, and I did them in strips like this so that you could just cut them quickly out into squares. But if you want to and you're in the mood, you can go in and fussy cut the banners out individually if you want to do that. Me personally, I need it to be fast if I'm going to do it. So then I also have a set of journaling cards for you, and these come in lined and blank versions. So the blank ones I thought would be fun if you have a typewriter like me and you want to run it through the typewriter or even through the printer, you could do that. And then finally we have full size 8.5 by 11 pattern paper that's polka dot that coordinates with the kit. And that's just extra so that if you need to make an extra pocket or an extra tag or page, you've got that paper to do that with. Now this mini kit is part of my Happy Christmas collection, and it's on sale right now, December 2nd through the 8th of 2019, and I'm having a huge sale in my shop. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to head over there and take a look because I have got so many great deals going on and I don't want you to miss out on that. So if you haven't, go and do that real quick before this weekend is over. If you're seeing this later, then make sure you're part of my newsletter because I send out coupon codes all the time. So this is the Traveler's Notebook insert that comes with the collection, and I designed it to look like the front of a vintage Christmas card. It has 6 pages in 6 different colors that look like snow that you can print double-sided. Also part of the collection are these 6 journaling cards that were also designed to look like vintage Christmas cards, and you'll see that little mini snow globe. We're going to use that in a little bit. And these are the flashcards. Of course, we had to have a full set of the mini flashcards. These are a little bit bigger than those micro minis that I showed you that are part of the mini kit. And they come in manila and the different colors of the kit. These are the giant journaling tags that coordinate with the collection. There are 10 different tags in this set, as well as some papers to go on the backs. And we're going to use these later on too. The collection also includes a new product called Snapshots that there are 18 different vintage Christmas photos that are part of the kit. And this is one of my favorites, this grandparents, these picture of these grandparents, and grandpa decided all of a sudden he was going to eat the gingerbread house. And I just think it's so funny and goofy and so typical grandpa. This living room right here could be my living room when I was a little girl. We had a big console TV like that and wood paneling. This is another new product that I have in my collections now. This is printable washi tape, and in this set are 50 different strips of printable washi tape, And it's not just the pattern paper in strips. I've actually condensed the patterns down and changed the patterns in some cases so that the scale would be right for washi tape. So there are 50 different strips and they coordinate beautifully with this kit. There are 47 different pattern papers in this kit. 47. There are 35 of them are original to this set of pattern paper. They're in the colors of the kit, and some of them are a little Christmassy, but most of them I think you could use for anything if you like these colors. They're very retro and vintagey. I did make some of them to look kind of like, I wanted them to look like a vintage wrapping paper, so there's some creases and folds in them and little tape marks and things, what you would find on a piece of vintage paper. But there's tons of uses for those, of course. We also have 88 pieces of ephemera, complete collection of 88 pieces. There's word art, there are tags, there are labels, pockets, so many fun things in this collection. It's the biggest set of ephemera that I have ever done, and so I know that you're going to love this if you like ephemera. And you always tell me that you love the ephemera part is your favorite part of the kit, so I really wanted to make this one special. And this is the bonus set of journal cards. Now, this is only available until December 8th. If you purchase the bundle, you get these journal cards for free. So make sure and head over there and get that bundle if it's before December 8th. So I've already got my book started here. I created a little pocket in the front with one of those mini pockets and added some word art and just a little stack of embellishments. And I created a little title page with one of the labels. I typed my title and added some word art to it and some vintage lace. And so what I wanted to show you was how I'm going to set this up to make it super easy this month. I'm just using the journal cards, and I'm kind of creating a little formula with a journal card on the front and on the back and one of the numbers, and I'm using some tinsel twine as a little background to the numbers, and then I'm just going to paper clip that to each page all the way through the month so that the page is all ready when I sit down to work on it. The other way I'm staying organized is with this December calendar, and it's very tiny little squares just so that I can write 1 or 2 words to remind me what we did that day in case I get behind, which I most likely will. And this will help me then to get caught up. And I'm going to create a little pocket for it. I'm going to show you some more about that later. But if you like this calendar, I'm actually going to give this to my newsletter subscribers. In fact, by the time you see this video, they will have already received it, but I will be putting it in the newsletter for the month of December. So if you'd like to get a hold of that calendar, just sign up at the link that you see on your screen there. And if you miss the December calendar, there are also other freebies. Every month I give freebies to my newsletter subscribers and coupon codes and all kinds of fun stuff. So you still probably want to subscribe. So now I've worked in the book some. You can see here I've filled that pocket up with tags and labels and everything that I will need to work in the book. And I want to make it as easy on myself as possible when I sit down to do pages. And I've already done the first couple of days, and I used some of my printable washi tape there. I printed it on clear sticker paper. I typed a scripture on that first journal card, and then on the back I put a little mini pocket and I tucked in some photos of the restaurant we ate at that day and created a little word art on the pocket there. And I wanted to show you what I did there. That tinsel, you see, that's the tinsel that I'm going to use behind each number every day. And it is actually some tinsel twine that I got in the Target dollar spot last year, and unfortunately they don't have it this year that I've seen, but I did find, and I'll link it below, I found some on Etsy. And it's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. And it's a wired tinsel, and it's really versatile. You can use it for a lot of different things in your book. And I wanted to show you a trick that I discovered as well. But before I do that, I want to show you, make sure that you always use fingernail clippers or some kind of cutter that you don't mind getting ruined. Do not use your good scissors on this wired tinsel because you'll put a chink in it and they won't cut anything ever again. So always use some fingernail clippers. And what I'm going to do is just snip off the edges of this tinsel and create a little tinsel confetti. And it makes it to where you can use that piece of tinsel becomes kind of like a pipe cleaner. And so that's a lot of fun. But then you also have this confetti, and then you can mix in other things with it. In this case, I'm using this clear, chunky glitter, kind of looks like snow, to mix in with it and make my own confetti. And then what I did here was I took my tape runner and just did a strip of the tape runner, and you can kind of see there, and I just sprinkled the confetti into it, and it makes this really pretty tinsely background for my word art. So that's a super fun way to use that tinsel as well, besides using it on the numbers. So this was day 2, and I just put a picture on the back of my tag here. This was actually the day that my kit debuted, and it was a very hectic day, and I was pretty exhausted, and my husband took me for tacos, which I was especially thankful for that day. And so I put a picture of that on the back of the tag. I don't even have any journaling in there yet. And then on day 3, we went and got new flooring, which, lots of fun for Christmas. But if you've been following my Instagram stories, you know that my floor in my sunroom got destroyed, and it's been a mess for quite a long time. So I was actually really excited to get the floor ordered and got that done on the 3rd. And so now for the rest of the days, I've just got the journal cards with the number, and if I know some ephemera that I think I might want to use, I'll tuck that into the paper clip as well. But I've just got it all set up so that when I get ready to do that day, it's all ready for me. Now on day 8, I know that is actually the day that we're going to go and get our Christmas tree. And so I've already kind of got that one set up. When I designed the kit, I knew as soon as I designed it that I wanted to use this tag for our Christmas tree. And so I kind of had that all planned out already. And so I had that tucked in on day 8. But on the other days, I just have the journal card and my number and maybe some ephemera tucked in and paper clipped in. So on the back page, I have a pocket for my December calendar, and I've just decorated it with some different papers. And the pocket that I'm using is actually from my friend Amy's shop, and I will link her below. These are the most fabulous little pockets. I use them for everything. It's what I use, you can see here, to organize all my bits and pieces when I'm working on a project, and I love to use them in my book. And I've just used the paper from the mini book to decorate the pocket, and then I put some trim across it and sprinkled some glitter on it, and I used my printable washi tape to do that back piece. And I didn't actually even print that on sticker paper. I just printed it on regular paper and cut it out. You can see here, and just used regular adhesive to adhere it. And I like to do that because sometimes you don't want it to be sticky because you're not sure where you're going to put it. So I like to have some sticky and some not sticky, and that's what I've done here. And this is my calendar, and you can see I'm just going to fold it up and tuck it into that pocket, and that'll also be for extra pictures. After I did that, I didn't film this part, but then I thought it didn't look as good all white like that, so I printed my washi on some sticker paper, and I didn't cut it out. I just put the whole thing on the back of the calendar, and it looks a lot prettier, and I'll show you that in just a few minutes. But I wanted to show you that then I created a little label for the pocket. And I cut those little banners, and you can see I even used the leftover scraps here as little photo corners. But I just snipped a triangle out of the washi tape, again, not on sticker paper, just on regular paper, and it creates a little banner shape. And then I sewed that to a label and a doily with some word art, and that's going to be kind of like the little title on my pocket there. And super simple, great way to use that washi tape. And there's that pretty washi on the back of the calendar. You can see it looks so much nicer than the white paper. So now I want to show you my little mini snow globe, and I actually used the snow globe from one of the journaling cards. One of the fun things about Printables is that you can use it as a journaling card, and then you can print out another one and cut the snow globe out of it, and that's what I've done here. And the ephemera kit actually has a much larger snow globe in it if you wanted to use that in your traveler's notebook instead of in a mini junk journal, but I needed a mini size, so I'm using this one. So I just took a piece of leftover packaging and sewed around the snow globe part, leaving about a 1/2 inch opening, as you can see there. And then I made a little funnel from a scrap of paper and inserted it into that opening, and then added my chunky glitter that looks like snow right into my funnel, and it went right into my snow globe. Now, when I did this, I actually added a little bit too much, but that's no problem. You can just shake it out if you get a little bit too much in there and it's covering up your design. I just shook it out and added it back to the container. And then I just sewed up that opening and trimmed the excess clear packaging off, and then my little snow globe shaker was done, and I tucked it into my book to use later, and you can see it there. It's so cute, and that was a really quick and easy embellishment to make. So let's talk about the giant journaling tags. These come in lots of different patterns, and this one has a Bible passages on it, and this one is the manila kit that comes with all different sizes of manila tags and a ledger one, and these are actually on sale right now. Any $15 purchase, you get a free set of these tags, so head over to my shop and see that. You have asked me about the brown rectangle at the top there, wondering what that was for. And so what I wanted to show you was I actually created that so that if you have a 1/2 inch circle punch like this, or maybe a little bit larger circle, you can just slip that in there and cut out your circle instead of having to fussy cut those circles, and that's just a lot quicker and easier. Now I wanted to give you the circles in case you didn't have a punch, but I also wanted to give you the option of using a punch, and it's just easier if it's one block of color like that. The other thing that you can do is to just cut a square or a rectangle and wrap it over the top of the tag and staple it, and that gives you kind of a square reinforcer. So then you can see that I just did the same thing on the back. I actually put it onto the tag first and then punch my hole, and that makes sure that the hole gets centered on both sides, and then added my ribbon. And I've got a lot more things to show you with those giant tags, so stick around because there will be a whole video on those. Well, if you enjoyed this video, you will probably love this Christmas pockets and tags video, and I will link that for you below and on the screen in just a minute. I so appreciate you joining me today. If you've enjoyed this video, could you share it with a crafty friend or give it a thumbs up? And I thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful week filled with peace and grace, and I will see you next time here on Pink Paper Peppermints.